There's something in sports that make you pause, moments that happen that make you believe in the long game. So, the purpose of this show is for us to all take a moment and hold that thought. Oh my God. Welcome to the very first episode of Hold That Thought. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and I'm so excited to be here with y'all today. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit what this show is, why we're here. Today, it's just going to be me and you, though. I have a lot of fun guests lined up. Even next week, we're going to talk all things NIL with some top athletes. And I am looking forward to all the conversations we're going to have here from starting today throughout the rest of the year, but it's going to be a really fun time. Now, a little bit about me. My name is Demitra Carter. I'm a former creator and host of the show The Meetup. I am a former athlete. I ran at Baylor for 5 years. I still run and dibble dabble in all the road running things. Marathon, ran a half marathon. I'm about to run a 5K or 10K. I'm just throwing those cards in the air praying, but one of those are going to stick for sure. And I'm also getting married soon. Yay. If you followed me for this long and you don't know I'm a fiance, you've been under a rock because you probably have been sick of me. But I'm marrying Trip Pippery, a world medalist, shot putter. He's the coolest person I know. So super excited about that next chapter. But all the things are happening in my life. And I cannot wait to sit here and yap with y'all every single Wednesday. It is going to be so much fun. And the purpose of this show is I think that at the intersection of sports and lifestyle come the greatest conversations, and that's what the purpose of this show is. We will obviously talk about running and track because that is my background, but we're going to dive into other sports, other things, because who doesn't love other sports? I don't think there's a single track fan who only watches track and field because I know I'm not one of them. So I'm so excited to talk about all the things. Today, we're going to keep it track and field, obviously. And we're going to talk a little football, but we're going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to get you out of here so you can listen and go and feel good about listening to my first episode. So welcome. Today's episode is all about hope. It's the kind that shows up through sports, relationships, weekends where history might be made. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one. We saw this last week for my track and field fans. Sydney McLaughlin is going to be a mother, and I am so excited. I think it's like I'm so excited. I'm so happy for her. And we're very similar in ages, but I think to like read her book, to watch how she's just grown up into the woman that she is, and like it's so nice to see. And for those that don't know, has every record. Like every record, you name it, the girl probably has it. Like world medalist, Olympic gold medalist. Like she's done so many things, and she's also kept God at the center, which I think is so commendable. But she's also married. This sounds crazy. I'm a woman in sports fan, but her husband is cool. I forgot exactly what he did, but I'm pretty sure he played football for a little bit. And he's also a pastor, fun fact of the day. Learned that when I used to interview her all the time. I would do Bible trivia, and he was a pastor, and she would have to call on him sometimes. But I'm so excited to see her be a mother. This motherhood is going to be fun. And yeah, I think she's going to keep her life private around like that aspect. She's already a private person. And thanks to y'all for changing that. She used to not be a private person, but you know, the world sometimes you just have to keep some special moments to yourself. So I'm happy that she shared that one with us. And I can't wait to see just her journey overall. Does she decide to come back? Does she decide to stay a mother? I think it's going to be really fun for women in sports. And I am so excited for her. Now, for anybody else who's a 400 hurdler, now's your time. You have about 9 months to lock in and break a record and not fear that Sydney's going to break it again. If you're like, oh, this is my time to win something, now's the time. You can lock in. You have 9 months. In fact, I might hop in. No, I'm not going to hop in 400 hurdles. I have bigger fish to fry. But I did see somebody was like, Femke Bol is probably sick. Femke Bol and Sydney McLaughlin used to always go head to head in 400 hurdles. And then this year is like an off year for most people. They have the World Ultimate Championships, but a lot of athletes are running it, but it's like an off year. It's not a world championship. Winning doesn't really get you a bye anywhere. And then on top of that, it's not the Olympic year either. So like, it's just chill. Like USA Outdoors doesn't even have a location yet. I don't know. It's kind of ghetto, but overall, like this is what people consider an off year in the track and field space, especially for the outdoor season. So it's an off year, and Femke Bol decided to go up to the 800 and not do the 400 hurdles this year. And everybody was like, I know she's sick because now you got to focus on my UK girlies who be dominating the 800. And Femke's a dog, but like, yeah, who would have thought? Anyway, Sydney's not gonna run 400 hurdles. I hope y'all got to see her up until now because, baby, she's about to be a mother. Mamacita, I love it. Now, I want to go into football a little bit. Okay. I'm going to not touch on this too long, but these are some cool things that I saw in the space. I'm a doom scroller and I've curated my feed to feed me all the cool things that are happening in the sports, but also have women tied into it. So there will not be a single thing that is Superman centered on this show. So you never have to worry about that. But I don't know if y'all saw this, but Drake May, he is a quarterback and he just made the Super Bowl. And I don't know if y'all know where I'm going with this one, but his wife and Michael May, they've been together since middle school. So I was scrolling and I saw it on ESPN, but 2016 they were in middle school at a Panthers game. 2017 freshman in high school. 2021 they went to prom together. 2023 he played at UNC for college and that was their last UNC game together. 2024 NFL draft goes to the Patriots, and then 2024 the Pats preseason they have a photo. 2025 of January engaged, okay? July 2025 married. Side note, that turnaround time, impressive. I gave myself over a year to plan this wedding. But July 2025, January 2026, they go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And the pictures are so cute. But I love good heartfelt stories like that. I mean, to be together since y'all were in middle school. Like, I love love, and I think sometimes people look at relationships, they're like, "Oh, are they in there for the wrong reasons?" But this one, there's not a chance in this world that it's the wrong reason. They've been together for so long. They've grown up with each other, truly, like watch each other grow, change, and evolve into the humans that they are today. And they look so cute together. So that's my little life and sport moment for that one. And then the other one, it's a little sad, not super sad, but I watch Trip hates it, but when I watch sports, I get sad sometimes. And not sad, but I'm just like, dang, like that sucks. And not like and I'm an athlete, so I empathize with the feeling of losing, but, like, you also if you woulda won, you woulda won, but there's some parts of me I'm like, "Dang, that just really sucks," especially when they're good people. So this one's about Matthew Stafford. He has 4 daughters, and if you're watching online, I'll drop pictures in, and if you're listening, I will try my best to describe it, but he has 4 daughters, and his wife dresses in them up the exact same for game day, and it is the cutest thing ever, from wearing number 9 jerseys with the blue skirt to wearing pink hoodies to wearing like white, like custom like dresses with yellow boots. Like the girls eat down. And what made this even more special is I went to Matthew Stafford's wife posted that even after their loss, he came home like 2 a.m. and kissed all the girls like goodnight to sleep. And I think like tucking them into bed. And what made that really cool and special to me is like I grew up with both of my parents, and like to have your dad come tuck you in bed, and specifically in this situation after a loss. And I know like men are good fathers, but like that's like a heartfelt moment to me to be like, he's a human just like the rest of us. And I think sometimes when people watch like games and stuff, they forget that one fact that they're a human like everybody else. So that brought me back down to earth. And I'm very grateful for that. Now, the last one that we're going to talk about is Millrose Games happening this weekend. Now, I was going to go, but unfortunately, Trip is no longer competing. So I will not be in New York. A lot of people texted me, if you're finding out this way, my bad, girl. I'm taking a little hiatus for indoor season, but outdoor, I'll be back at it. But I want to talk about two things. I think we need to be on some record watches. Okay, so I'm going to start on the men's side. I have I posted the video about it yet? I don't think so. So this 2-mile record field that they curated for the men is absolutely insane. And I think in order to win, they're going to have to break a world record. So I think it's going to end up being between Cole Hawker and Grant Fisher. But this 2-mile record field is going to be a historic performance regardless. I think records will go down, absolutely. So in 2024, Josh Kerr set the men's indoor 2-mile world record of 8 flat. And last year he didn't run because he was sick. In fact, I was there, saw him warming up like literally the day before. Day of the meet comes, man sick. And I think there's some footage online too. Like he was actually like sick, not like, I don't know. You could take it as you want. But he was sick, so the record kind of stood. But he held the record. He broke it in 2024. He still has it. And I think it's going to go down this weekend. My other record I want us to talk about is on the women's side of thing. And we're going down to NCAA. Doris Limgall and Jane Hindegren are going head to head in the 3,000 meter. For context, Jane Hindegren is the freshman GOAT. She is the NCAA 5,000 meter record holder. And then Doris Limgall, also another GOAT. She's a steeplechase record holder, two-time NCAA cross-country champion, and she's a Bowerman winner. So these two are going head-to-head in the 3,000 meter, and I think there's a good chance that a NCAA record could fall in this. I don't know if we'll see them go head-to-head again indoor season after this year, because at this rate, everybody's going pro whenever they feel like it. I fully support, like Cooper Luckenhouse. Pro. What? I think it would have been so cool to see him in college. But hey, you can't always get that. So Jane Hindegren, which is going to be exciting if she decides to go pro or not, because she's at a school right now, BYU. Her coach is a Nike coach. Her coach is also goated when it comes to that. And I don't know. We'll see what the contracts hold for her. And I'm curious like where her mindset is. But people are skipping college. She could pull like a Sha'Carri or a Sydney and just do 1 year and dip. I'm excited. But for now, we're going to be grateful. We're going to grab our popcorn on February 1st, and we're going to watch Jane and Doris go head to head in the 3,000 meter, watch some records go down. And we're going to watch that men's 2 mile and watch some world records go down in that. Okay, so that's all the sports and lifestyle moments. And I'm going to end with I'm going to end with the am I overreacting from Reddit. And the reason I'm ending with this is I love these things. And I could sit here and find one in sports, but I don't feel like doing that today. We'll do it for the rest of the episodes, but I can't wait to get guest reactions on these am I overreactings. But this one is from Love Like Jesus Christ. It says, am I overreacting? So my mom got my wife a birthday gift. My mom doesn't like my wife. She has told her to leave me before. My wife's birthday is in late January. My wife also just delivered our firstborn child. My mom bought her this hat and a wine glass, which was broken in the bottom of the gift bag. The hat says beachy, by the way. My mom claims she bought this hat would be a good idea because y'all like the beach and riding in your Jeep. Again, it's January, and for context, we rarely go to the beach. When I said, why would she need a wine glass? She just gave birth. She says, well, she could drink tea out of it. This is also not the first time. Early on in my wife's pregnancy, my wife told my mom the smell of alcohol makes her feel sick. My mom then tried to give me alcohol and encourage me to drink. This is the first and only time they've ever encouraged me to have alcohol. They are a very strict no alcohol family. My wife told her she couldn't eat deli meats during pregnancy. My mom then buys a giant charcuterie board for our anniversary. Wife's still pregnant at that time. What are y'all's thoughts? Is this truly an innocent gift like my mom pretends? She got extremely defensive when I told her these gifts piss me off. I just can't shake the optics of someone asking my wife where she found her hat, and she responds, oh, my mother-in-law got it for me. This just seems to be a pattern, and since my mom is pretending like I'm the bad guy, I'm coming to this group to see AIO. Am I overreacting? So I don't think you're overreacting. I think, I'm in a no alcohol family, but my fiance's family, they drink, and I drink for the most part. And I don't think you're overreacting. I think it's this interesting thing, like with your parents, that you have to deal with sometimes, and you see it all the time, like in this situation in track and field. But like, I don't know. I think there's this level of like you need to respect your parents, but it's like when you get married, like at what moment do you stand up for your wife? Like, I don't think he's overreacting at all. And I think that putting his foot down is perfectly acceptable, because why would she do that? Like, why would you get her I don't know. I think there's this weird perception of like, oh, I don't drink, but they drink, so I'm gonna get her this because I think they're all alcoholics. Like, you can enjoy a glass of wine and not be an alcoholic. And I think it's so crazy to get him a wine. Like, why would you buy a wine glass to drink tea out of? Get me a teacup. So I think it was very intentional. I think it's giving passive, if I'm being honest with you. That's my new thought on that. I think it's giving passive, and I think it's intentional, but like intentional in a mom way, especially if she's directly told you that she thinks you should leave her. I don't know how on earth we could think you're not, I don't get it. So yeah, I think your mom's told you directly that she doesn't like her. She told you directly that she shouldn't be with you. And I think this is just like the cherry on top. And you could, yes, I don't know. I think people lie all the time. And this just sounds like a lie, like, oh, I didn't mean it that way. You know what the intent was behind it. And maybe it's like a bias thing that just sits in the back of your head. And it just happens when she goes out and purchases this thing. But you know how she feels about her. And maybe the words don't come out and she's not like, no, I bought it for this reason, because why would a mom do that? Maybe she will. But yeah, you're not overreacting. It's insane. Good luck. If I were you and your mom doesn't receive your information well, maybe your mom's right. Maybe you should leave her. But if you really love the woman that you're with, I would talk to your mom and maybe you start distancing yourself. And also, how does your wife feel about it? Because if your wife is chill about it, then it doesn't really matter. Anyways, that's my thoughts. All right, y'all. That is a wrap. Hope that thought is officially over for episode 1. Hope that thought's for anyone who needs a reminder to slow down and hold the moments that shape us, sports, and the life that we live. Thank you for holding that thought with me. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.